in the door. I've had another long day, my feet are sore, but I gotta pay the rent. Cause you damn sure ain't been blessed with a paying job today. You just sit there in your selfish way, as if I was a nobody, baby. Just a nobody, baby. Stop looking right through me. Take a look at the new me. This is somebody, baby. You're lying in our bed, watching reality TV. When I walk in the door, I'm ready for some love and more. Sleep in bed close to you. I can't believe you'd rather watch the tube than make sweet love to me. Do I only exist in your dreams? As if I was a nobody, baby. Just a nobody, baby. Stop looking right through me. Take a look at the new me. This is somebody, baby. The house is empty tonight, and the cloud of smoke has cleared. 'Cause I've changed the locks on every door. I won't be invisible anymore. As if I was a nobody, baby. Just a nobody, baby. Stop looking right through me. Take a look at the new me. 'Cause I'm somebody, baby. Baby. I'm somebody. I'm somebody. I'm somebody, baby. Baby. I got the girl thing going on. It's a whirlwind of shoes and thongs. I'm overflowing with chiffon, and I dress myself to my favorite songs. I got the girl thing through and through. I want the diamond ring and pearls too. I need the whole shebang, something borrowed and blue. Till death do us part, and lots of I love yous. It's a girl thing. Try to understand, it's not a me thing. No different than my friends. I get what I want, and I want it back. And it's a girl thing. Ooh, 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 it's a girl thing. I got the girl thing down pat. Red wine is my drink. Imagine that, warm bubbles flowing in my bath. When I put my jeans on, I ask if I love that. It's a girl thing. Try to understand. understand it's not a me thing, no different than my friends. I get what I want, and I want it back, and it's a girl thing. Ooh, it's a girl thing. I need a girl thing tonight. Gather the girlfriends for a really good time. Hit the dance floor till morning light. When tomorrow comes, we'll have something to hide. It's a girl thing. Try to understand it's not a me thing, no different than my friends. I get what I want when I want it back, and it's a girl thing. Come on, girls, yeah, it's a girl thing. Try to understand it's not a me thing, no different than my friends. I get what I want when I want it back, and it's a girl thing. Ooh, it's a girl thing. Friend, you make me smile, even if I only have you for a while. Extend your open heart. You trusted and you let me in from the start. Whoa, friend, danced your way into my life. From across the room I could see your eyes, stunning blue. You have this way of telling the truth, never sounding like you're singing the blues. It's a gift, friend. Friend, your heart's on fire. It's glowing all around me. You never seem to tire. Yeah, it's the farthest from my mind. I will focus on our dreams and the good times. Whoa, friend, danced your way into my life. From across the room I could see your eyes, stunning blue. You have this way of telling the truth, never sounding like you're singing the blues. It's a gift, friend. You may not feel her when the wind's strong, or hear the hand pounding down upon this little town, but she left a path. She may not be tearing up the old plank boats, knocking down the bricks or busting doors, but she's twisting round this little town. Little Miss Twister, take cover from her twisted charm. You can't stop her.
I'm Miss Twister. Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of JoCo Vibes. I'm Tiffany Carlen with Sarah Reeves, a.k.a. Red. Good morning. Glad you're joining us from near and afar.
Good morning, Johnson County.
I was a little delayed this morning because I forgot my phone. And in this day and age, it's glued to us. So I had to turn around, go back home, and search for my phone and found it in my closet. So, yeah. So that's what happens. How was your morning?
It was good. It was good. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
It was a good morning. Mooning. It was a good mooning. Anyway, I just, forgot like that main piece of communication that you have to have for, children, business, spouses,
Yeah.
life.
Truck batteries and headlights on the front headlight on my mom's Suburban. Okay, I got the starter changed out. Finally got it fixed. The last stage yesterday because I just didn't
drove
have
it.
Yeah, I just didn't have enough hand strength in my fingertips apparently. And then the friend of mine that came over and helped me put it in there, he finished it in like a minute and a half. And he was like, "Well, you just have to get up there and shove this thing with your elbow." And I was like, "There's not room for okay, whatever." So he was like, "You did it all. You were done. You just had to force this thing over." Okay. Anyway, well then one of the headlights is out. They're LEDs and their rings. Well, I went to AutoZone last night.
They don't have them.
Well, I can get one for $1,445. Just
How
for
old's
the rings.
How old's the truck?
It's an 08, but the headlights are aftermarket. They're new. They're like, my dad put them on there before he passed. So, but it's just like the rings. I could fix the lights on the rings for $1,400. Or I can get new headlamps. And I'm like, I already know how to install headlamps. Let's just go ahead and do
get
that.
those. Yeah.
For $140 a piece.
Did you already get them?
Not yet.
I might have
some that would fit.
Maybe off of Maverick's truck. I'm not sure. I swear he took headlamps off because he replaced them, but this is crazy. All right. Recap from yesterday's election. 13 of the 14 propositions passed, which is absolutely mind-blowing. Of course, I think the automatic no for everybody was increasing the judge's retirement age to 75 from 65 did not pass. But I look at this and I go, okay, 13, the other 13 passed, and how do people not go do their absolute research on what these propositions are and what it really means?
I don't know.
And nowhere in some of these propositions did it say where the Texas government was going to get the funding. Like, hey, we're going to give more money to all of our power companies, electric and everything, and cable companies for their projects to expand their business that we're already paying for.
Right.
So it's just kind of mind-blowing that people aren't paying attention, and they read these propositions and they go, "Oh, this is going to be good for us."
Right.
They're going to expand their business. Well, you just paid for it.
I know.
And we're just constantly paying for it. You saw, right? 13 of 14
here
passed.
Comes Jason.
Oh my gosh, y'all.
Right.
Here's my thing. Anybody who voted for all those things, I do not want to hear you say, "Well, we're just paying too much in taxes," because they're going to get it from you.
Right. Nowhere in, this is what I just said, if you probably heard me, nowhere in these propositions did it explain to the people, the voters, where this funding was going to come from.
And where it was actually going to go.
And so if you don't know where the money's coming from, you should absolutely vote no. If the answer isn't in the proposition, then you vote no. It's the same thing on the teacher retirement money. Where's the funding coming from?
84%.
84% what?
That's who voted for that particular.
Oh, I saw. It's staggering. Like, but the question is, where in the proposition did it tell you where the funding
Didn't.
to increase the teachers' retirement? Where's it coming from? Is it coming from the ISDs that paid them? Nobody knows.
How about this one? We know where the one for the university is coming from, and no one went, wait, maybe we shouldn't do that.
Why are we paying for that? Why are we funding that? We pay for school.
It's coming from the rainy day fund. Do you know what the rainy day fund is for?
Yeah.
A rainy day.
We're going to get rain tomorrow, by the way. Thank God. It was really funny to just, let me sidebar for a minute, or squirrel. It was kind of funny to listen to our weather guy say this morning that it's going to be dry today. It's 94% humidity. That's not dry. I just want to say that.
What would you call it?
Who's here?
I have no idea. Some gentleman with a beard.
Okay.
Could that be one of our new residents' clients?
Do you need
or
some assistance?
No. I guess I'll just kind of look. Did you let him in?
No, he had a.
Could be one of our clients.
He's over there.
Oh, is it the IT guy? Is it the guy moving your equipment around?
Oh, it's Jason. No, it's Jason Thurman, our host of the One Show, who is also a certified electrician, and he is doing me a solid and dropping a new. I could hear his voice carrying. That's how I knew it was him. He is dropping a new polarized plug-in for me.
Oh,
that's all.
Yeah. So we can move the copier.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense for it to be polar.
It's yeah.
I mean, for you.
Really?
Is it bipolar?
I'm not bipolar. I'm moody occasionally, but I'm not bipolar.
Yes, extremely moody.
I'm not extremely moody. I am not.
No, I'm just saying,
moody.
bipolar is really just a nicer way of saying extremely moody.
I am not extremely moody. I am rarely in a poor mood. You know when I'm a poor mood. You experienced it 2 days ago. You felt my energy, but I don't roller coaster. I'm either in a, that's my Gemini. I'm either in a serious mood or I'm
kind of making
a
fun
mood.
thing, but bipolar is a very serious situation.
It is, yep.
And I have family that have dealt with that. It's tough. But.
Yeah. Anyway, so so it's going to be high at 84 today, 94% humidity. And then tomorrow,
feel nice.
Huh?
That'll feel nice.
That feels gross. And then tomorrow we're finally going to, good morning, Alyssa. Tomorrow we're going to get rain, thank God. And it's going to drop into the 50s to some actual fall temperatures. And that makes me extremely happy.
I just love not having to pay for air conditioning. So the cooler it gets, the less air conditioner we use.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't use my heater. I mean, we use heat in one part of the house and the rest of it we heat with our gas fireplaces.
I honestly feel like
propane.
We use a wood-fired
wood fire in the front.
We use a wood-fired induction stove.
Yeah.
So it heats really well. But I'm kind of the opinion that as long as it's not below like 50 degrees in my house,
you don't need it.
If I have somewhere to go and warm up, I'd rather it be like that and just put myself under a blanket or whatever.
Put clothes on. Yeah, absolutely. So, all right. So in the propositions, the only thing I haven't seen other than the propositions is all of the bond election
they had a big
results.
They had a big election for mayor there in Houston. That was a pretty big deal. And they're going to have a runoff.
They've got and outside of Texas, man, there were some serious races going on that were kind of
it didn't go well.
To some people.
Didn't go well for the Republicans.
No, it did not.
Not that that's.
It did not. You know what was interesting though, because for Kentucky, oh Adam's here, but he's coming on after the break. So, morning, Adam. He's in the green room. Kentucky had. The people are just kind of speaking as to what they want, but Kentucky, that was just kind of they re-elected their Democratic governor, and I don't want to get into any debates, but he was a big push for women's rights to their body. So well,
and there's also the fact that they picked a middle of the road Republican as well, who kind of tried to run the fence, which we've seen over and over and over again lose to any Democrat who went against them. So John McCain's a good example of that.
John McCain is a middle of the road Republican.
Well, okay. He's a
Nowadays, I
rhino.
would consider
He's a
him
Democrat.
as one.
John McCain? Oh, John McCain.
Yeah.
I was thinking of
He's
somebody
closer to
else.
a Democrat than he is to a Republican.
Oh, I thought he was
before
just
he
a good.
passed.
I think he was
Yeah.
a good middle of the road person, and
Yeah, who couldn't win an election.
He was good, but he's a good individual, and he would have done well if he had won.
But when you're comparing a Democrat versus that's why.
But see, that's
can't
the
win.
problem, because every time we're looking at politics, people are looking at who's going to win, who can win, versus who can do what's right for the country. And that's the challenge we have with
because
party politics.
If they can't win, it doesn't matter what they
That's
can
right.
do.
well,
That's the point.
that's the argument that the Republican Party's having right now.
And they keep losing it because they keep choosing the same thing.
Who
Middle
can
of the road, middle of the road, middle of the road.
I just listened to it yesterday morning. Ron DeSantis
Ron DeSanctimonious.
he got support from Iowa, and she was like, this is the man that can win. This is the man that can win. And not that he was the best person for the job, but he can win. And so that's here nor there, because we don't even know who's going to really be on the ticket yet anyway.
It's Trump.
So his name's not even on the ticket yet.
Won't matter.
And neither is Biden's, because Biden's not running again. So
look, unless Trump says, I don't want to run, it's
I'm
him.
going to disagree, because I think that the majority of the Republicans who have voted for him won't vote for him again. And
so you're saying that the majority of the Republicans that
Are
voted
gonna
for him
vote
are going to vote
Democrat?
for Joe Biden?
no, I don't think Trump will actually win the Republican ticket.
He's up by
I said it
50
here.
points.
He's up by 40 points right now, and he's up by 40 points. We're in the beginning, people. We're in the beginning.
Exactly.
So
There's
Not
room
that
to
I'm
run.
not hoping you're right. Don't get me wrong.
Like,
But I just don't see how anybody gets close to this guy.
I think I just, that's all I'm gonna say. We're just gonna leave it like it is. That's all.
You're going to call your shot. You're pointing to the
I'm-
stands.
Yeah, I am completely. I do not think he will be the Republican.
Can I call my
nominee.
shot on what I think is going to happen?
What do you think it's gonna be? Trump? You already said that. You already made that clear.
No, I'm talking about in general, how this thing's all going to play out.
let's hear it, Jason.
Good
Joe
coffee, by
Biden
the
gets
way.
sick in January. Pulls himself from the ticket.
He's not on the ticket.
Hold on.
Okay, I'm just saying he's not on the ticket.
Joe Biden's going to pull out. And then this California Governor Gavin Newsom, who's got all the ties, is going to step up with his pretty smile. And he's going to be the next guy.
What about Kennedy?
Kennedy's a middle guy. He's going to be independent. His whole goal, the reason he's even running as an independent, is to make sure that the Republicans can't win. So,
Well, isn't that both parties?
Hmm?
Isn't that what both parties want? They want their party to win.
No.
I mean,
so Kennedy knows that he can pull a lot of the Republicans away from Trump, and get the.
but he's
get the
got some great
Democratic electorate.
ideas. I mean,
Yeah, as long as you don't start talking about climate change with him or anything like that.
sure. Okay, I am trying while we're doing this.
Can I finish my?
Go for it.
So,
Please finish.
So Newsom becomes the candidate. Donald Trump wins the Republican nomination, and then states start pulling him off of the election. And so we won't even have the option to have Donald Trump as the person on the ticket. I don't know who they end up putting there, but that's going to be the next play, is just to get him off of all the tickets.
Interesting. So my thing is he never plans to be on the ticket in the first place. He's Biden. He's never going to put his name on the ticket. He's not running for re-election. They haven't said it yet, but I'm saying it.
Well, he said he's running.
He is not running. I'm telling you, that party is not going to let him. His wife is not going to let him. She's a smart woman.
Okay.
And she is not going to let him run. He's not going to run.
I don't think she's.
I said it. She's a freaking doctor. What do you mean she's not smart?
She's a doctor of what?
She is a doctor.
She is a
She's
a PhD.
Book smart. She's
She's not coming in and finding out if you have a cold.
Would you say that so you can have people with PhDs that are not actual physical, like medical doctors, are not intelligent people?
I'm not saying that.
Okay.
But I am saying
If
that
she were a
I
Republican,
know a
would you
doctor that is a moron. Okay, and he demands people to call him doctor.
She's not a moron.
Okay, well, she's married to Joe Biden.
She's a practicing PhD. She's very intelligent. And if she were a Republican, you'd be saying different about her.
No, I
so.
wouldn't.
Oh, come on.
I would not.
That's a lie. All right, listen, we're going to come back after the break and not talk politics, and we're going to get on to our health.
Maybe.
Because I need to eat, not stressed out. Damn it. All right, Adam Smith is going to join us here in just a few minutes. Stay with us.
Abnormal realities.
I love my mom.
Yep. She sent me a message.
My mom did?
Yeah, Wednesday night. And she invited me over tomorrow night to watch Titanic and share a bowl of popcorn. And I accepted.
You did?
Yep.
That'd be fun.
And she calls it Chaps Only Night. Every Saturday night.
Look.
Miss Dixie,
Look,
how you doing? He said, it's my mom, bro. All right, it's my mom.
I want to hear the answer to the Titanic and popcorn. Go ahead, Mom. What's up?
Oh!
Hi, boys.
Hi,
I
Mom.
just wanted to ask Rocky if he wanted butter on that popcorn or not.
I
my
would rather
God.
have the butter somewhere else, but if popcorn's the only place I can have it, I'll take it.
Jeez,
Hey,
dude.
nobody says I can't roll around in it for a little bit.
All right, Mom.
That is my
Love
girl.
you.
I love
you,
you,
Mom.
Dixie.
Abnormal realities
My mom. Love you.
Dixie.
Bye. I love you too.
with Ron and Rocky. Weekdays, 4 p.m. and 10 p.m. on JoCo Community Radio.
Holy crap.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
JoCo Community Radio. Listen live at tunein.com.
Good morning, Johnson County, and welcome back to the second half of JoCo Vibes with Tiffany, Carlen, Sarah Reeves, Red, and we have Jason Bagley. And then in a moment, we will have Adam with our wellness coaching. So JoCo Community Radio is proud to be the voice of Johnson County, Texas, and is live 24/7 on the TuneIn Radio Network. TuneInJoCo.com is the place to find all the ways to listen and watch. And the station app is also available for free on Android and Apple devices. Simply search your store. Check out our lineup and more at JoCoCommunityRadio.com. This episode and more brought to you by Next Level Claims. Making your insurance work for you.
Are you laughing at
You're
yourself?
Yes.
killing me.
You can't even be serious anymore with the way you say these commercials.
I mean, I even bounce.
I know.
Next Level Claims. Reach out to your Texas sales rep at 844-TEX-HAIL. That's 844-839-4245. And be sure to dress your arms and more at thetiffy.com. And who to ho?
Dr. Canho, if you've got joint pain and Adam's laughing.
Adam's laughing at me too.
No, he's laughing at Dr. Canho. That's really his name, Adam. I mean, for some of your clients that are here in the local area, if they've got joint and spine pain, this is who they need to go to see. He is, a very well-respected chiropractor in Crowley, Texas, at the Advanced Joints and Spine Center, offering comprehensive holistic and wellness care programs. Our very own Angelo Roca with Vet for Vets swears by him and says he's the man to go to. Located at 1500 FM 1187 in Crowley, Texas. Book your appointment today at drhoclinic.com. That's DRHO clinic.com. And remember, he's a chiropractor.
Once
Don't
you
be
had
calling-
the hoe,
don't be-
you ain't gonna hurt no more.
Don't be calling
That's
for
good.
something else. He doesn't provide those types of services. So anyway, welcome back to the second half of JoCo Vibes here on JoCo Community Radio. I'm Tiffany Carlen with Sarah Reeves, and Jason Bagley's at the table with us. And, we get a little heated over. No, you know what? I don't even say we get heated. It's not heated. We just have a good banter about, politics.
It's
And
just a good
I
kind of
like it because
conversation.
it opens up the conversation, hopefully sparks people's
Well, we
interest.
need to.
Well,
We need to have these conversations.
we want to spark people to go do their research on what they're voting for and what they're supporting so they understand it. And that's why we've got our resident trainer and nutritionist, Adam Smith, joining us now this morning. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning. Good morning. How you doing?
Good. How are you? How's the weather? Wait, you're in Memphis now, right?
Yeah, I'm in Memphis. So it was cold for a while, and all of a sudden it's like 75, 80 degrees again.
It's going to be a high 84 here. I'm sure you heard that. And 94% humidity. And I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. I am ready for winter. I was ready to come visit you in Virginia.
Yeah. Well,
And now you're in Memphis.
Now I'm in Memphis. Yeah. So, winter's around the corner, which means Thanksgiving's around the corner, and then Christmas and all the overeating that happens during winter. So
let's talk about that, shall we?
Yeah.
Can we talk about the overeating? I did not do well this weekend. Not calorie wise.
He said, I know.
Not calorie wise, probably more on my portioning side. And I think that was more with what I had going on in my head. I think I did a little food therapy this weekend. I did. I totally did. So I did not do spectacular. And I did not do spectacular at logging all of my cardio because I did do some cardio workout. And so but bad customer. But let's talk about that, because you had put out a post to our group that said, hey, for the next month, no white bread, no alcohol, no soda.
Yeah.
What else was on that?
There was a list of stuff. Essentially, what I was trying to do with that post was just to remind people that, you only have to do and get rid of some bad habits for a certain amount of time. And then when you reintroduce those bad habits, like the bad foods, what tends to happen is you realize really quickly how, excuse my language, shitty that food makes you feel. So you can, even if you're just cutting out white bread or cutting out full sugar sodas and then reintroduce it, you start to notice, okay, that soda is doing me a lot of damage because of the ups and downs I have with my insulin, and I feel pretty rubbish the next day. But one of the things that a lot of people forget is you don't have to be restrictive all the time. It just might only have to be for a couple of days or a couple months to get those habits back on track.
That completely makes sense. I'm not a white bread eater. Unless I'm cooking certain things, such as Italian food, which is something, I made ziti this weekend, right? Like I post my stuff and I'm thinking, I'm like, damn it, Adam saw that. I made this giant thing of ziti, but
But she shared it with my mother.
I did. But it's also one of those things where, and this too can be a challenge for people, especially during the holidays, is I have a problem not utilizing what's in the refrigerator. And so for me, coming from a large family, throwing away food that I can turn into another dish is sacrilegious. And it's a waste of money. And so I try and make other dishes with it. Ziti in itself isn't necessarily too bad if you portion. And I actually did not overeat. I did one scoop and I did, 2 pieces of garlic bread, which was white bread. And I understand. And I'm like, oh my, the ziti wasn't too bad, but he saw the bread. So, and then I didn't.
Sorry, this is the thing, right? Like there is no bad food. There's no bad food and there's no good food. There's more food that is more nutritionally dense or lacking in nutrition. But if you want to have that pasta, if you want to have the white bread, that's fine. You just have to understand what it's doing to you, right? You can't have half a loaf of bread every single day and then expect to lose weight or feel good. For someone like you that you have that heritage of the Italian food, it's probably better for you to have that and stick with that for your mental health versus taking it out altogether. So you just have to learn how to portion it and then understand that, okay, cool. If I want to have a big Italian family sit down dinner on a Saturday night, for example, or a Sunday with the family, what does the rest of the week leading up to that look like, right? If you're on point with your nutrition leading up to that meal, then that's fine. Enjoy it, right? It's more for your mental health and your soul more than anything. But you can't have that meal every single time you eat and every single day, right?
Well, and so interesting. So ziti is one of those things that I only make once every few months.
Yeah.
So typically I'm making more of a Mediterranean style Italian dish where I'm throwing in fresh basil, fresh spinach, zucchini and squash in with the pasta. And I do a pesto sauce and some fresh tomatoes versus doing a big, heavy, cheesy thing. And I'll throw like some big chunks of fresh mozzarella in case somebody wants it. And they can kind of add to it as they want. So that's typically how I cook. But then there's that, leftovers that I turn in once in a while into a bigger dish. So I did do that this weekend. And I really didn't overeat, to be honest. I did good about it, for the most part, but it was kind of one of those things. I had a giant loaf of Italian bread and it was going to go bad. And I had two big boys there to feed. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna cook it up versus throwing it away. But I did good. But as we head into the holidays, what's the trick?
Okay.
Or it's not even a trick, but teach people like how do you get through this next month? Let's just talk Thanksgiving.
Yeah, sure. So first things first is I'm never going to say like, don't go and celebrate or don't go to the birthday party or don't go to Thanksgiving, right? Because it's part of spending time with your family. It's part of spending time with people. And one of the things that we tend to fall short with is just being in the moment and being present. So if you are at Thanksgiving and you're worrying about over-serving dessert or over-serving the mac and cheese or eating too much food, like I said earlier, what are the days leading up to that event look like? Are you on point with your nutrition before, and then you're kind of using your Thanksgiving as a reward because you've been putting in the hard work, you've been tracking your macros, you've been putting in the calorie deficit, that kind of stuff? Or have you been eating like a trash panda all week and then just overeating on that day as well? So
my nickname.
so with all of my clients, when we're heading into Thanksgiving, what I always suggest is, one, the morning of, go and do a workout. Like, go and earn the lunch or the dinner you're going to have. One, because that puts you in a good mood. And then two, you're obviously burning some extra calories. So you've got a bit more calories in the bank to enjoy. And then when you're at dinner, Thanksgiving dinner or Thanksgiving lunch, just have more protein, right? You're having turkey, which is really lean for fats, really high in protein. In general, a great source of protein. So just put like 70% of that on your plate, and then the rest of it fill up with your mac and cheese or your potato or whatever you want.
Stuffing,
if that's your thing, then go for it. But just portion
dressing. It's dressing.
So what I would say is, if you are a savory person, then go with that. If you're a dessert person, then cut down on those carbohydrates you're going to have with the main meal, and then enjoy the pecan pie or the pumpkin pie or whatever you're going to have, right? So that way you're not blowing out your entire day, because it's super easy to accidentally eat 3,000 or 5,000 calories on a Thanksgiving meal or on that Saturday or Sunday.
I like that idea, and I'm the Thanksgiving cook. So getting up at 6 a.m, popping the turkey in, and heading out for a walk. I mean, I think that's fair enough to do. And so I'm going to train myself to, and I typically don't go back to bed after I put the turkey in anyway, but that's what I'm going to do. Turkey's going to go in, and I'm going to go for a walk with the dog.
Yeah, essentially it's just like earning your reward meal, right? So I don't like using the word cheat meal because it just puts bad connotations on what you're doing, right? So we want to make or talk in the way that we want our life, and we want to use positivity. So reward meal, not a cheat meal, and then just go and earn it.
I love it. All right. So get the workout in all week long.
Mm-hmm.
Stay on top of the macros, but we lean, it shouldn't be let me go crash on Thanksgiving and then I'm going to make up the next week. It needs to be a both. Like
you do it in advance.
Do it in advance. And so it is the reward, and then get back on track, the next day. And so one of the things that I typically do too, so that there's not too many leftovers, is I send packages home with everybody who's come to the table. And that way there's not an over, except for stuffing. Because
this is where most people end up messing up, because they'll have Thanksgiving and then it will lead into the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and before you know it, it's an entire week of being off their nutritional plan or not exercising or using it as an excuse. And like I've said before, you can go and enjoy the barbecue, or you can go out with the girls and go have Mexican, but it's how quickly you get back on point the next day. right?
So we typically make, or I make, stuffing waffles the next morning with a side of turkey, and cranberry sauce goes on top of it, and it's the most amazing thing ever. And that to me is a treat. It's a treat. So but I limit myself to it. I don't make it 5 days in a row. It's that one. It's like that extra Thanksgiving tradition that I've been doing. So if you have that one thing, do it, but you don't have to be explosive about it. Go shopping. Typically, if it's cool enough out or it's the right temperature, people will go out and, have a game of football out in the front yard.
Yeah.
American football. So I didn't want to confuse you with that because
There's too many footballs. But essentially, if you look at, the way that you're eating as a fuel source, right? So if you're going to have a lot of fuel coming in on that day, a lot of extra calories, then use them. Either use them before you have that meal or after you have that meal. The only way that anyone gets fat is by having too many calories coming in too consistently. But if you just have that one day where it's a big spike in calories, but then the next day you're back on it, you're going to be fine.
Okay. Well, I had my day.
Yep.
The other day, and so I'm back on track this week. And of course, I'm not back on track and actually putting in every one of my meals. So now I feel like I got to go back and catch up with the past few days that I missed logging my stuff. Even though I have it mentally, you can't see it, and that's important to me for you to see it so you can go, yeah, no, what are you doing? Get back on track, and get moving.
So it holds yourself a bit more accountable to it as well. So
yeah, and the ladies in the group too. I mean, because when you see other people celebrating their wins, you want to celebrate your wins too. So there's this great benefit to being a part of a group that can work with you and hold each other accountable and celebrate the wins together. So tell everybody how to find you, Adam, so that they can get on board and even follow and get involved with the Facebook group too.
Yeah, 100%. So I have Instagram, which is _fat loss coach, and then I have my Facebook group, which is How to Eat Anything and Still Look Good Naked. The links you've shared already, I think.
I did. The links are in there, and then we'll be posting some additional stuff on our social media today, so that you can get to him even easier.
Awesome.
And I highly recommend. It's not just about your physical health, but it's your mental health, because all of it ties together. And Tatiana Miller, one of our other hosts, she talks about the body keeps the score, and so everything that you're putting into your body affects you emotionally and mentally as well, and vice versa. So it all works together. So Adam, thank you for checking in with us this week. Again, guys, go to Instagram.com to the Fat Loss Coach. Get on with Adam. Join the group on Facebook. If you don't know how to do it, just reach out to me and I'll send you a link and I'll invite you. I don't like to just blindly invite people and go, hey, I think you're fat. You should join this group. You don't want to do that to people. So I ask you first. So if you're interested in and it's free to be a part of the group, to be a part of this group, and just kind of, get on board and get your mindset. And then, hopefully eventually you'll jump on board with Adam too, to be your personal trainer and nutrition coach. So, all right, Adam, thank you. Have an amazing week. And we'll see you back here. Well, I'll see you at some point today online.
Yeah, for sure.
But we'll see you back here online next week.
Awesome stuff. See you. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Cheers.
I love him. Like he's such a great guy, and he's very good at what he does. And so I appreciate
it. Sounds so much better with his accent. Like,
right?
You can be a real jerk with that accent and you don't sound like it.
Well, like he's like, that's the whole thing. Like he's like, get your shit together, and it's like, oh, okay, I will. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard not to feel that way. You're like, all right, with that accent, I'll do anything you want. I'll eat right and exercise.
Yeah.
And Jason's like lifting one eyebrow, like, okay. But no, seriously, he's just absolutely fantastic at what he does. And I like that he doesn't judge us negatively when, we make mistakes or fall off the wagon a little bit. He's there to push you and lift you back on track. So I greatly appreciate him. All right. Mike Wilshire said he could read the phone book and it would sound good. You're completely right, Mike. You're completely right. You know what, though? When you get into the group, though, if you join the group on Facebook, he's posting. He's been in this burpee challenge for like a year, and so he posts all the videos of him doing his daily burpees, and I look at it and go, I'm tired, but he's just solid. Like he just does it. He's in his mental state is just so strong that he's just committed to his health, and he does it. So anyway, he's walking in Memphis. Adam said, love you guys. Have an awesome day. You too. We appreciate you so much. The Fat Loss Coach shopfront.live is another place that you can find him. That's how you get to his supplements. And I'm going to post that separately here too. So, and I'm not taking any of the supplements yet, but we were just talking about his favorite shakes that I can get onto a protein shake. So I'll share some of that maybe tomorrow morning. So back to some local politics, right? Because we all just did, hopefully you did your civic duty and did some voting.
I took my mother to vote yesterday. We did.
Or if you didn't know what you were doing, you didn't.
Yeah, true. Council member in Ward 1 of City of Keene, Rob Foster won. Congratulations, Rob. Thanks for signing up to serve. Council member Ward 3 in City of Keene, Charles Chuck Easley won. Congratulations to you, sir. Council member place 2 for City of Keene, Troy Smith is the winner, and congratulations, Troy. Trustee place 1 in Granbury ISD, the winner was Mike Moore. Can I just read you the numbers of voters for Granbury ISD and how pathetic this is? Mike Moore won 32 votes to 20.
Wow.
To 1 vote. So 53 people voted for the Granbury ISD.
Wow.
53 people.
For Granbury or
Granbury ISD.
Granbury ISD.
Granbury ISD, 53 people voted.
That's pathetic.
And that is our problem right there, folks. That's our problem. Trustee place 2, Granbury ISD, Nancy Alana was the winner. 33 to 17. Do the math. Please do the math. Because three of the 53 people who voted didn't vote for the place 2. They just left it blank.
You know what?
Man,
I admire those people.
I was going to say, if you didn't know between the 2, you left your vote off. That was okay.
That's what I'm going to say happened there.
Yep. I agree.
And you know what?
It's
At
smarter.
least they showed up.
Yeah.
Because the other 15,000 people that were a part of
how sad. How sad. Like you want to
That's
bitch
not even
about,
a percent of a percent.
You want to bitch about property taxes and then you don't get out and vote for who's on your board for your ISD. You want to bitch about education and what our kids are going through and you don't get out and vote for ISD trustees.
Oh.
There's something that just speaks volumes. Like you really don't care. You really don't care about your school district if you're not getting out there and voting. Okay. Mayor, City of Godly. Congratulations, Christopher Lanker. He won 176 votes to Stephanie Hodges, 160, 10 votes for Nick Gomez, which I never got to hear anything from him, but we did hear from Lanker and Hodges here on the radio. So congratulations, Mr. Lanker. I applaud you for stepping up to serve in the City of Godly because they've definitely needed some help. Councilmember, City of Godly, Gabriella Mize, 166 to 130 against Amber Barba. So congratulations, Gabrielle. Thanks for also, what's the word? Standing up to serve your city. City of Grandview Proposition A passed. Grandview ISD Proposition A also passed. Joshua ISD Prop A lost. I don't know what that prop was, but we'll have to break that down with somebody who can, or maybe Greg's planning on doing that on the breakdown later on today. Tomorrow. What's today? Today's Wednesday, yeah. Granbury ISD Prop A lost, and Prop B also lost. 32 votes were against and 29 for. Again, it's staggering to see the lack of voting.
I think it's equally true to see a mayor's race where there was over 100 votes per, and then the down ticket part of that was they lost like 75 votes.
The crazy thing, I completely agree with you. There's just been such an uproar from the people in Godly about their council, what's going on with their city, what's going on in their ISDs, and this is the people who are turning out and making the biggest fuss on either for or against on both sides all over social media where we see it, and showing up to meetings, getting people kicked out of meetings
And then they didn't even
unlawfully,
show up and vote.
banning people from being allowed into meetings, and then you don't show up to vote.
I don't know. I'm not attached to that out there, but
I'm not.
I've heard rumor.
Yeah, I
of
mean,
things
we're seeing things uncover is what's happening, and the conversations are happening. People are very passionate about the growth in each one of their towns here in Johnson County.
I think of all the places that really, really need good representation right now in our area. I think Godly is the number one place where people really need to be paying attention
because they're growing so fast.
The amount of growth, the extent of growth that they're fixing to see in the next 5 to 10 years. They're just not prepared for it.
No, there's no way.
And you can say what you want to about Burleson and our historical mayorship or whatever, but there was a preparation that took place amongst the mayor, amongst the people that were preparing for the growth that the city was going to incur. And so, and again, we could all go through all that again, but my whole point is you have to have good people in place, whether you agree or disagree with them, that will make the right moves, because growth is going to happen whether you want it to or not.
Right.
And the issue is how do you want that to take place? And if you don't have a plan, even if it's not a great plan, if you don't have a plan, you're going to be in trouble. And I think that's where Godly is right now. They just don't have a plan.
Well, they can't have a plan because they lost all their city staff. They lost their sheriff. There's indictments that are coming down against multiple people who were at the city.
Yep.
And so they had no solid core group that was actually there to do that. So what in my own opinion, from the insider stuff that I've heard, and then from what's been brought out to the light, you have the wealthy of the wealthy of Godly who want to control what's happening in the city. This is not abnormal. It happens everywhere.
It's called the Good Old Boy Network.
Yeah, you can't
prevalent.
You can't allow that to happen. You have new people who've moved into Godly, and they have a voice too, and they have things that they want. There's a reason why they moved there and brought their children to Godly. And so growth is happening and growth is necessary, and they all want it. But right now, it's about who controls it.
Well, I'll just say this, as far as the Good Old Boy Network is concerned, it's so detrimental that I'll tell you that Burleson wouldn't be what it is today if the Good Old Boy Network didn't exist in one of the other cities in our area, where they literally capped themselves from being able to grow. And Burleson took over all that growth and became what it is today because somebody said, I don't want to grow. Well, congratulations, you did it.
Yeah.
And now you're in squalor.
I saw somebody on Facebook who was being negative about the new lumberyard.
Really?
Yeah. And his thing was, well, it's just ruining all of Old Town. And look, I'd love to have a little malt. Yeah. Yeah. He was like, we've lost our family thing. The malt shop's gone and this, that. That place is it was an eyesore, and it's now going to be absolutely amazing. And how do you know it's not going to be a family style type of restaurant? So, hey, really quick, I don't want to stay on that because we got 40 seconds. I just want to give you a quick thing on Johnson County. Did you know no permanent Native American villages existed in what is now Johnson County, though Native Americans, including Tonkawas, Kickapoos, Anadarkos, Caddos, and Wacos, hunted in the area. In 1851, the Caddo tribe led an uprising that forced many of the early settlers to abandon their homes, most of which were subsequently burned. No other serious Indian conflicts occurred here in Johnson County. Just to give you a quick piece of history. Yeah,
we'll have to pick up on that lumberyard on tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll talk more about the lumberyard.
If you want a family place, why did it not survive in the first place? That's my question.
Exactly. The support wasn't there, right? All right, have an amazing day out there, guys. Be kind and God bless.
From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godly, this is the voice of Johnson County, JoCo Community Radio.
Hey, travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best